Time now for the Muletrain News Program on this Wednesday, April the 16th, 2025. Brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant. Church service for Heriberto Mendoza, 84 of Muleshoe, was held this morning at 10 a.m. Wednesday, April 16th at the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church here in Muleshoe, with Father Nahum Lopez officiating. Burial followed in the Muleshoe Memorial Park. Heriberto died Sunday, April 13th in Lubbock. He was born April 16th, 1940 in El Ojito, Chihuahua, Mexico, to Pedro and Ana Orozco Mendoza. He married Lupe Pesina in Juarez on December the 4th, 1968. Heriberto enjoyed building things in his backyard and being outdoors. He was a communion minister and participated in church activities for over 27 years at the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church. He loved working at the church as well. He was a family man and loved those closest to him, especially his grandkids. He is preceded in death by his parents, two sisters, Luz Tarango, Aurora Rivero, three brothers, Fidel Mendoza, Alfredo Mendoza, and Miguel Mendoza. Heriberto was survived by his wife of over 56 years, Lupe, two sons, Gerardo Mendoza of Muleshoe and Gabriel Mendoza and his wife, April Van Morello. Two daughters, Ana Mendoza and Juan of Muleshoe. Luzalina Mendoza of Juarez, Mexico. A sister, Rosalia Rivero of Chihuahua, Mexico. 8 grandchildren, Marcus Perez and Amy. Matthew Mendoza and Lyndon. Ezekiel Mendoza and Yesenia. Alina Godinez and Victor. Jackson Mendoza. Lauren Mendoza, Luis Mendoza, and Abel Mendoza. 9 great-grandchildren also survive him. Atticus Perez, Penny Perez, Jalen Perez, Eli Mendoza, Levi Mendoza, Ezra Mendoza, Heriberto Mendoza, Adriel Mendoza, and Edgar Godinez. The family suggests memorials be sent to the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, 501 St. Jude Place, Memphis, Tennessee, 38105, or the Family Catholic Services of Lubbock, 102 Avenue J, Lubbock, Texas, 79401. Online condolences can be made at ellisfuneralhomes.com on their website. And repeating the church service for Heriberto Mendoza, 84 of Muleshoe, was held this morning at 10 a.m. Wednesday, April 16th at the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church. Burial followed in the Muleshoe Memorial Park. Please keep Lupe and the whole Mendoza family on your prayer list today. Chapel service for Bill Johnson, 91 of Muleshoe, is scheduled for 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, Thursday, April 17th at the Ellis Funeral Home Chapel here in Muleshoe, with Dr. Stacey Connor officiating. Burial will follow in the Muleshoe Memorial Park Cemetery. Bill died Saturday, April the 12th here in Muleshoe. He was born December 24th, 1933 in Muleshoe to J.W. and Mary Scott Johnson. He married Patricia Norwood in the Weil community on December the 25th, 1953. Bill served in the U.S. Army and was very patriotic. He then worked for the Texas Highway Department for 30 years and never took a sick day. Bill was also a master mason in good standing. He loved all Ford vehicles. He could fix and make anything and always kept busy. After his retirement, Bill enjoyed gardening. He had a great attitude and outlook on life. And in his early years, Bill was very active at the Trinity Baptist Church before joining the First Baptist Church in 2008. He loved his family, especially his grandkids. He is preceded in death by his wife, Patricia, his parents, a son, Jamie Wayne Johnson, 2 sisters, Sue Adams and Wanda Hardaway, and 2 brothers, Kenneth Johnson and J.W. Jimmy Johnson Jr. Bill is survived by a son, Donnie Johnson, and wife, Anita of Muleshoe, his daughter, Cheryl Weems, and her husband, Galen of Bella Vista, Arkansas, a sister, Linda Carlson, and her husband, Carl of St. Paul, Minnesota. 7 grandchildren and 16 great-grandchildren all survived Bill. The family suggests memorials be sent to the Muleshoe Senior Center, P.O. Box 292, Muleshoe, Texas, 79347. And repeating, chapel service for Bill Johnson, 91 of Muleshoe, will happen tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Thursday, April the 17th, at the Ellis Funeral Home Chapel, with Dr. Stacy Connor officiating. Burial will follow in the Muleshoe Memorial Cemetery. Please keep the Johnson family on your prayer list today. Royce Earl Harris, 73 of Amarillo, formerly of Muleshoe, died peacefully at his home surrounded by his family on April the 12th. A viewing and visitation will take place 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. Saturday, April the 19th, at Ellis Funeral Home here in Muleshoe. A graveside service will occur at 11:15 a.m. Saturday, April 19th, at the Muleshoe Memorial Park, followed by a celebration of life at the Polk Street Methodist Church in Amarillo at 3 p.m. Royce was born August 19th, 1951 in Lubbock to Earl and Fayreen Harris. Royce grew up here in Muleshoe, graduated in the MHS class of 1969. He then attended West Texas State University and graduated in 1973, at which time he moved back to Muleshoe and partnered with his dad in managing the Western Auto Store. Royce married Kay in 1974 and recently celebrated 50 years of loving marriage with a fun family weekend. Royce and Kay owned the Western Auto Store until its closing in 1982, at which time he went to work for Southwestern Public Service at the Tolk Station Power Plant and then transferred to Amarillo. After leaving SBS, Royce spent time as a catastrophic insurance adjuster and asbestos abatement project manager before retiring in 2016. Royce is survived by his wife, Kay, his son Mike Harris, and wife Cheryl of Bedford, his daughter Emily Scar, and husband Eric of Keller, 4 grandchildren, Madeline Harris, Timothy Harris, Ellie Scar, and Abigail Scar, a sister Sandra Eason, and husband Bob of New Orleans, a sister Wanda Lee, and husband Jerry of Cranfields Gap, Texas, a sister-in-law Marianne Harris of Choctaw, Oklahoma, brother-in-law Jerry Killingsworth, and wife Gloria of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, a sister-in-law Jean Bryan of Carlsbad, New Mexico. An uncle survives him, Luther Harris, and wife Lillian of San Diego, California, and numerous cousins, nieces, and nephews. The family suggests memorials be sent to the Polk Street Methodist Church Snack Pack Program, 1401 Polk Street, Amarillo, Texas, 79101. The Shriners Children's Hospital, 815 Market Street, Galveston, Texas, 77550. Or the Gentive Hospice, 3232 Hobbs Avenue, Suite A, Amarillo, Texas, 79109. Or the Muleshoe Memorial Park, P.O. Box 373, Muleshoe, Texas, 79347. Online condolences can be made at ellisfuneralhomes.com. And repeating, the Royce Harris, 73 of Amarillo, died, and a viewing and visitation will take place Saturday morning right here in Muleshoe from 10 until 11 a.m. Saturday, April 19th, at the Ellis Funeral Home here in Muleshoe. A graveside service will be at 11:15 a.m. Saturday, April 19th, at the Muleshoe Memorial Park, followed by a celebration of life at the Polk Street Methodist Church in Amarillo at 3 p.m. Please keep the Harris family in your prayer list today. Kay and all of the kids and grandkids, of course, great memories of Royce and Kay and his parents, Earl and Fayreen, and the Western Auto Store in the 300 block of Main Street. Growing up when I was young, going into Western Auto, lots of great memories before it closed. I believe in the obit it said in 1982. Again, keep the family of Royce Harris on your prayer list today. Graveside service for Debra Jo Newman, 70 of Lubbock, is scheduled for 10, or was held Saturday, April the 12th, last weekend. That morning at the Enoch Cemetery with Joe Bob Newman of Animas, New Mexico, officiating. Debra died Tuesday, April the 8th in Lubbock. She was born September the 22nd, 1954, in Littlefield to Bobby and Anita Gibson Newman. Debra enjoyed working and had lots of friends. She could make anyone smile. She especially loved her family, and they loved her as well. She is preceded to death by her parents, Bobby Newman and Anita Newman Clements, and a sister, Judy Balk. Debra is survived by a sister, Lynette Stroop, and her husband, Mark, of Brownwood, a brother, Joe Bob Newman, and wife, Annette of Animas, New Mexico, and numerous nieces and nephews. Online condolences can be made at ellisfuneralhomes.com on their website. And repeating graveside service for Debra Jo Newman, 70, of Lubbock, was held this past weekend, Saturday, April the 12th, at the Enoch Cemetery with Joe Bob Newman of Animas, New Mexico, officiating. Please keep the Newman family on your prayer list today. Well, we are quickly coming up on some local elections that will be held on Saturday, May the 3rd. And for the MISD Board of Trustees, there are 2 at-large seats that are open for election. The incumbents have applied to run again. They include Ashley Turnbow, who is now the president of the school board, and Vice President Kevin Morris, the 2 incumbents. Also running for the 2 at-large seats are Corey Contreras and Gage Edwards. And early voting will begin April 21st through the 29th, 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. at City Hall. Election day again is at City Hall on Saturday, May 3rd, and I believe the hours are 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Election Day. They did put up a ballot, if you would like to look at it, a sample ballot on the MISD Facebook page. It's a little bit confusing as they list each candidate's name twice, and I guess that's because they can each fill either at-large seat, but just figure out which 2 you would like to vote for and vote for each one of them once. And but you can see that ballot on the MISD Facebook page. Again, 2 at-large seats for the MISD Board of Trustees are up for election this May the 3rd. Ashley Turnbow, Kevin Morris, incumbents, are running again, and Corey Contreras and Gage Edwards are running as well for those 2 seats. There are 2 seats up for the city of Muleshoe City Council, and no one up is going to oppose the District 1 incumbent who filed for re-election, Crystal Alarcon. So the March City Council meeting, the city canceled that District 1 election, so Crystal Alarcon will be reelected to District 1 in the City Council. District 2 is up for election and does have an opponent and an incumbent that is applied to run. The incumbent is Lupe Mendoza in District 2, and Jackson Myers has filed to run for that seat as well. So that voting is exactly the same, in the same place, same times as the MISD Board of Trustees. You vote at City Hall for the City Council election as well. Again, early voting April 21st through 29th, 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. Then Election Day, Saturday, May the 3rd, 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. at City Hall right here in Muleshoe. Well, time now for a message from our sponsor of our Muletrain news program for today, Leal's Mexican Restaurant, the original Leal's, right here in Muleshoe, 1010 West American Boulevard, where Victor, Debbie, Kika, all their wonderful employees welcome you and remind you they are open again now on Sundays, 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. at the original Leal's. So make it your Sunday tradition. Returns. Go to church and then come and eat a fresh, wonderful Mexican dinner at Leal's, 1010 West American Boulevard. Don't forget they have a full bar along with many mixed drinks, margaritas, along with many selections of beer now available at Leal's in Muleshoe. They have a happy hour every Saturday evening, along with live entertainment inside the restaurant. They recently had a car drive through the wall there on the southwest corner of the building and damaged the restroom area, but they are trying to get that up and running, and so please forgive them as they are mitigating the disturbance there at the restaurant and get those restrooms back up and running. But Leal's is open, 1010 West American Boulevard. You are welcome every Sunday. They are open again 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. at the Ridge of Leal's, 1010 West American Boulevard, 806-272-3294. The Muleshoe Area Hospital District is pleased to announce as they have hired a new clinical services personnel director. Liz Chavez, her smiling face, will be now a member of the team at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center. She spent 20 years working in the pharmacy at United Supermarkets and is wonderful to work with. Again, Liz Chavez is the new clinical services personnel director at the hospital. Also available to see patients now is Dr. David Warner, MD. He has moved to Muleshoe last year from the Dallas-Fort Worth area and is practicing now at the medical clinic of Muleshoe, 701 South 1st Street. You can make an appointment with Dr. David Warner by calling 806-272-7544. Also new at the medical clinic is nurse practitioner Johnny Roberts, and I dealt with him a month ago or so, and he was wonderful to deal with. He is a new nurse practitioner at the medical clinic of Muleshoe, seeing patients 701 South 1st Street. Again, stop by, or you can call and make an appointment at 806-272-7544. New nurse practitioner Johnny Roberts and Dr. David Warner at the medical clinic of Muleshoe, and Liz Chavez is the new clinical services personnel director at the hospital. Well, a big congratulations goes out to the Lady Mules softball team as they've been having a great season. They won their District 2 3A championship last night after beating the Dimmitt Bobbies 12-2 on Tuesday, April the 15th. They still have a district game to go before the playoff will begin sometime next week. They will be playing at Shallowater tomorrow, Thursday, April the 17th. The varsity will first pitch will be at noon, and JV will start around 2 p.m. So good luck to the Lady Mules as they end up their regular season at Shallowater, and will go into the playoffs as the district champs from District 2 3A. Baseball has a few more games to go than that, as they will be in action Thursday as well at Shallowater. They will have first pitch at 7 p.m. There versus the Mustangs at Shallowater, Thursday, April 17th, 7 p.m. Then Tuesday next week, April the 22nd, they will be in action at Idalou. Then Friday, April the 25th, they will be back at home in the New City Park versus Friona. So good luck to the Mules baseball team. And a big congratulations goes out to the Lady Mules for winning a District 2 3A softball championship. Lots of regional track qualifiers from Muleshoe High School at the area track meet that was in Abernathy last week. They are Mauricio Herrera in the 400 meter for the Mules, and Yahir Kazada in the 100 meter for the Mules track team. In the Lady Mules, Marley Ronquillo will go to regional in the long jump, and Vita Mora in the 100 meter, 200 meter, and 400 meter. So good luck to all four. 2 Mules and 2 Lady Mules going to the regional track meet. It will be in Abilene this Easter weekend. So good luck to them again. Mules, Mauricio Herrera will participate in the 400 meter, Yahir Kazada in the 100 meter, and Lady Mules, Marley Ronquillo in the long jump, and Vita Mora in the 100 meter, 200 meter, and 400 meter in Abilene this weekend in the regional track meet. Good luck. Well, tomorrow morning, bright and early at 8:30 a.m. We will be at Dillman Elementary for their annual Easter egg drop. That will be fun, and we will film that and show that to you later this week. Do be aware that there is no school this Friday, April 18th for Good Friday, and then again the Monday after Easter, April the 21st, so a 4-day weekend for the Muleshoe ISD. Well, the Muleshoe Art Association Spring Art Show is in full swing this week at the Bailey County Senior Center, Main and Avenue D. You can go and see all the great artwork till 4 each day. But then tomorrow on Thursday, April 17th at 2 in the afternoon, they will have their presentation presenting all the awards there at the Spring Art Show for 2025. We'll be there to film that presentation. That will be our Meet Your Neighbor program for April, brought to you by United Supermarkets. Again, swing by and see all the great art at the Muleshoe Art Show, Spring Art Show at the Bailey County Senior Center, Main and Avenue D. Tomorrow at 2 p.m., they will have their award presentation, April 17th, and we'll be there to film it, and that will be our Meet Your Neighbor program brought to you by United Supermarkets. So look for that video later this week. We put up earlier on this week on Monday a couple of videos that you'll make sure to want to see, of course, all over our social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, and the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com. We have every entry filmed from the 5th annual Double Shoe Classic Car Show, and that was held this past Saturday, April the 12th, at the parking lot of the Bailey County Coliseum. And the best in show went to Scott Terry of Farwell, Texas, for his 1972 Chevy C10 pickup. But see all the awards along with all the entries from the 5th annual Double Shoe Classic Car Show on the front page of our website. And, of course, all the funds raised for that goes to the snack pack program, I believe. Also, we filmed Saturday evening, April 12th, at the Bailey County Senior Center. There's 1950s themed spring fling at the center. They had a dance and a soda fountain, lots of great snacks, and lots of great visiting, and see some of the highlights from that on the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com. Well, there will be a meet and greet with the new MISD Superintendent, Scott Bignell, and his family, Monday, April the 28th, 5:30 until 7 at the Dana Heathington Activity Center. Mark that on your calendar. Everyone is welcome. That meet and greet, again, with the new MISD Superintendent, Scott Bignell, and his family, Monday, April the 28th, 5:30 until 7 p.m. at the Dana Heathington Activity Center. There will be a retirement reception for outgoing Superintendent Dr. R.L. Richards, Wednesday, April the 30th, 3:30 until 5 p.m. at the MISD Boardroom, 514 West Avenue G. So make sure to go and wish Dr. R.L. Richards a fond farewell as he is retiring as the MISD Superintendent. Again, the retirement reception will be Wednesday, April the 30th, 3:30 until 5 p.m. at the MISD Boardroom, 514 West Avenue G in the Administration Building. Well, the Bailey County Senior Center, after that spring fling, has another big calendar for another big event for you to put on your calendar, and it is the Pancake Breakfast for Saturday, April the 26th, 7 a.m. until 11 a.m. there at the Bailey County Senior Center, Main and Avenue D. They'll be serving pancakes, bacon, sausage, coffee, milk, and orange juice. It's $12 per plate. That's the Bailey County Senior Center. Pancake breakfast will be Saturday, April 26th, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pancakes, bacon, sausage, coffee, milk, and orange juice. It's $12 per plate. Of course, they serve lunch every day, beginning about 11:30 a.m. Monday through Friday at the Senior Center. For lunch tomorrow on Thursday, April 17th, they'll be serving oven-fried chicken breast, bow tie pasta, broccoli, raisin salad, whole wheat roll, and a fruit cocktail. They'll be closed for Good Friday on the April 18th. Then reopen at normal hours on Monday, April 21st. They'll serve salmon patty, baby lima beans, coleslaw, tropical fruit salad, cornbread. Then Tuesday, April the 22nd for lunch, meatloaf, scalloped potatoes, green beans, cucumber and tomato salad, tossed vegetable salad, low-cal French dressing, sliced whole wheat bread, sliced bananas, and orange juice. Then Wednesday, April the 23rd, they'll be serving their normal chicken fried steak meal. Then Thursday, April 24th, chicken fajitas, refried beans, white rice, tossed vegetable salad, low-cal French dressing, flour tortilla, and ambrosia. Then Friday, April 25th, next week, they'll be serving their regular fish or chicken strips meal, and that's going on for lunch every day for the next week at the Senior Center, Main and Avenue D. They start serving around 11:30 a.m. Well, it is time now for the weather forecast here for the Muleshoe area. Well, this weekend we did hit in the 90s as one day. I believe Saturday we were at 92 degrees, and Sunday our high was 90 degrees here at the National Weather Service station at Channel 6 here in our backyard. So it really is starting to feel much, much more like spring, although it has cooled down the last couple of days from the 90s. But this afternoon, it should hit somewhere right around 88 degrees with sunny conditions, south-southwest winds, 15 to 20 miles per hour, and mostly clear tonight, low around 51 for Wednesday overnight. South-southwest winds 15 to 20 miles per hour. Tomorrow on Thursday for the Muleshoe area, patchy blowing dust after 1 p.m., sunny with a high near 91 degrees, windy conditions with a southwest wind between 15 and 20 miles per hour, increasing to 25 to 30 miles per hour. Winds could gust as high as 40 miles per hour. Tomorrow afternoon, there is a fire weather watch, so be very careful as it will be windy and dry tomorrow on Thursday, especially in the afternoon hours. Friday or Thursday night, mostly cloudy, low around 57, windy conditions, continuing with the southwest wind 25 to 30 miles per hour, decreasing to 15 to 20 miles per hour after midnight. Winds could gust as high as 40 miles per hour in the evening and overnight Thursday. Friday, partly sunny, high near 82, so cooling off a little bit. Breezy conditions with a west wind 15 to 20 miles per hour, increasing to 20 to 25 miles per hour. Friday afternoon, winds could gust as high as 35 miles per hour during the day on Friday. Friday night, partly cloudy, low around 39. Breezy conditions again overnight and evening hours with a southwest wind 20 to 25 miles per hour, becoming west 50 to 20 miles per hour after midnight. Saturday, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly in the afternoon hours after 1 p.m. Mostly sunny, high near 69 degrees, so we'll cool off quite a bit after those two breezy days on Thursday and Friday. Northeast winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, becoming south-southwest Saturday afternoon. A 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms Saturday night, mainly before 1 a.m., partly cloudy, low around 33. West winds 10 to 20 miles per hour, becoming northeast in the evening hour. So really spring-like weather. Warm temps, breezy conditions, lows in the lower 50s for 2 days, and then right back into more winter-like weather for Saturday. So we do have some rain chances, a 20% chance of rain during the day, 30% chance of rain in the night. But our high will be 69 Saturday. Our low will be 33, so right above the freezing mark for Saturday. Sunday, sunny, high near 72 degrees, so bouncing back and somewhat warmer. West wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy Sunday night, low around 39. Next week, Monday, sunny, high near 81. Monday night, partly cloudy, low around 48. Tuesday, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Sunny conditions with a high near 83. And this has been your Easter forecast here for the Muleshoe area. So hold on to your hats and be very careful. There's a fire weather watch for Thursday. Friday, there's windy conditions as well. And then we'll get cooler on Saturday. Well, they're having a big Easter egg hunt on this coming Saturday, April the 19th, at the Muleshoe Heritage Center on the west edge of town on the north side of American Boulevard. It will be Saturday, April the 19th. They'll be serving a brown bag lunch for anyone, hamburger or hot dogs, chips and drinks for $7. Then they will have that from noon until 1:30, and then the Easter egg hunt for all the kids will commence between 2 and 3:30, and they will have a bounce house and pictures with Peter Rabbit will be available. So bring all the kids out for the big Muleshoe Heritage Foundation East Egg Hunt and brunch Saturday, April 19th. This weekend, brown bag luncheon for $7, hamburger or hot dog, chips and drink at the Muleshoe Heritage Foundation at the center, the depot there on the west edge of town on the north side of American Boulevard. They'll serve lunch noon until 1:30. Then the Easter egg hunt will be 2 until 3:30. Well, there will be on Saturday, May the 3rd, an online bake sale honoring Magann Rennels. And this is remembering back to the yearly SCAC bake auctions that we had every year here on Gillam Advertising Channel 6 in memory of Mom. It will be May the 3rd between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. For those 4 hours, we'll be live streaming from the Muleshoe Heritage Center in honor of Magann Rennels, and we'll have great bake items up on our auction. Lots of generous donations from local merchants, along with a autograph signed USC Trojan football helmet by Muleshoe native Lincoln Riley and the head coach of the USC Trojans. And we are so thankful to Lincoln for sending that to us for this auction. And all benefits will go to help out the Muleshoe Heritage Foundation, of course. And you can, of course, live stream that on any of Gillam advertising platforms, including our website, MuleshoeTV.com. Our Facebook pages, Gillam, Channel 6 Muleshoe, will also integrate the Muleshoe Heritage Foundation's Facebook page into that. We'll put it up on our Twitter, X feed, Blue Sky feed, and it will also be available on our YouTube channel, Gillam Advertising. So mark it on your calendar. Saturday, May the 3rd, 10 a.m. until 2 p.m., the online bake sale honoring Magann Rennels and the FCCLA. Val McCamish's kids from high school will be helping out. There'll be tons of homemade baked goods along with items generously donated from local merchants, and a premier item, a autographed USC Trojan authentic football helmet by Muleshoe native Lincoln Riley, who of course is the head coach at the University of Southern California football. And thank you so much to Lincoln Riley for generously donating that helmet for this to reboot this auction. Of course, if I go back into my memory banks and look through some of our files, I believe the very first auction that we had for the Heritage Center was held in 1986. It was from the living room and front yard and porch of our home here at 1011 West 3rd Street. We broadcast it with around 50 to 75 people here at the house helping out with the auction. They had a lot of celebrity items similar to Lincoln Riley's helmet. They had solicited items from, of course, Lee Horsley and Dolly Parton and many of the famous country music artists at the time, and they got lots in return. And we had the MHS Jazz Band perform. There was a country and western band performing on the porch and the jazz band playing in the front yard, and they would go from the auction and pitch to the bands playing on and off, and it was quite successful. The next year they had the same type of auction from the Bailey County Coliseum, and between those two, if I remember correctly, they raised about $50,000 to help get the Heritage Center underway there in the mid-'80s. After that, the SCAC group that was always helping out with everything, including those first two auctions, they sort of took it over and started doing it from the studios upstairs and would sell baked goods that their mothers mainly had made all one spring morning here, Saturday spring morning on Channel 6, and that went on from 80, that would have been 88, the first year, that bake auction, until about, I believe, the last year of the bake auction was 2015. And of course, Gene Allison, the founder and original sponsor of SCAC, had long retired and moved from Muleshoe. Of course, she subsequently died. Let me see some of the other sponsor. Chris and Gina Martis were always so faithful, but they had retired, and SCAC sort of just went by the wayside and is no longer a group at Muleshoe High School. So Val McCamish, who was a brand new teacher at the time and helped out with one or two of those last ones, is in charge of the FCCLA and has graciously decided to revive it. And of course, all funds raised on May 3rd will go to help fund the many expenses at the Muleshoe Heritage Center. Think out of all of those 10 or so historic buildings, they've been there now, some of them for over 30 years, and they require constant maintenance and upkeep, remodeling, repainting. All kinds of expenses are incurred there on a weekly basis at the Muleshoe Heritage Center, and so your generous support of this for the Muleshoe Heritage Center is greatly appreciated. Also, there will be another event May 3rd. So we have Election Day May 3rd, the online bake auction, and then the Derby Ball will be that evening, and it will start at 5 p.m. It will feature casino tables, a ribeye steak dinner, and of course the Derby Ball. It will be at the Desert Rose, which is in the west edge of Muleshoe, right off of Highway 8470, Saturday, May 3rd, starting at 5 p.m. Live music will be provided by Penny Lawrence Band. All proceeds raised in the 2025 Derby Ball will go to the Muleshoe Heritage Foundation, Cancer Coalition of Grenada, Muleshoe Meals on Wheels program, and the Bailey County Food Pantry. If you want tickets, they are $150 per person or $1,200 per plate. Call 806-729-6374. The 2025 Derby Ball, again, is Saturday, May 3rd, beginning at 5 p.m. at the Desert Rose, with a Derby Ball, ribeye, steak meal, casino tables, and live music by the Penny Lawrence Band. Call for your tickets today, 806-729-6374. And all that is going on. Those past three things we mentioned, the Easter egg hunt this Saturday, then the online auction honoring Magann Rennels on Saturday, May 3rd, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m., and then the Derby Ball at 5 p.m. on Saturday, May 3rd, through the Muleshoe Heritage Foundation. And we're so glad to see that the Heritage Center and Heritage Foundation is so active. Well, we spoke with the new children's minister at the First Baptist Church, Ashton, and she informed us that Vacation Bible School plans are well underway. And we have on our TV screen a couple little flyers about the Vacation Bible School at the First Baptist Church. It'll be June the 2nd through the 5th, and there is a QR code you can scan with your phone's camera and click on that QR code, and it will take you to the VBS participant registration button on the church's website, where you can register your child now for Vacation Bible School through the First Baptist Church website, fbcmuleshoe.org. If you don't want to go through the QR code, just go to their website and find all the registration information. Again, it's June 2nd through 5th. They will have the VBS kickoff on June 1st, 6 until 8. That's Sunday evening at the new City Park on the north west side of the park, 1611 West Avenue D. Join us for pre-registration, a night full of fun. They will have a hot dog dinner, bounce houses, and lawn games. Today was the last luncheon, noon get-together for the Ministerial Alliance of Bailey County's Holy Week. They will have an Easter sunrise service this coming Sunday morning at 7 a.m. They're at the same place in the northwest part of the new City Park at 7 a.m. The Easter sunrise service will finish up the Holy Week services for the Ministerial Alliance at Bailey County. Of course, you can join us every Sunday. If you can't make it to church live, we live stream the First Baptist Church. We'll have their Easter service this coming Sunday beginning at 11 a.m. and then the full audio broadcast from the Muleshoe Methodist Easter service along with the Calvary Baptist Easter service later this Sunday morning. So look for that every Sunday live stream from the First Baptist Church at 11, and then later on in the day live or full audio feeds from the services at Calvary Baptist and Muleshoe Methodist Church. Well, we might want to mention that the Muleshoe City Council canceled their April meeting. It would have been held this past Monday, but they did not have any items for the agenda, so they canceled the April meeting for the Muleshoe City of Muleshoe City Council regular monthly meeting. On your prayer list today, please remember Kenneth Henry and Sandy Chitwood, James Byers, Dave Brown, Emily Bomer Towson. Please keep Cliff Black and Darlene Henry, Peggy Seagroves on your prayer list today, Marlene McDonald, Corey Collins, Linda Lutz, Janice Snell, Helen Cook, Kathy Richards, Sarah Barthoff, Juan Diaz, Gail Wilcox, Janice Till, Colleen Saylor, Carol Ring, Marge Palman, Betty Freeman, Shelby Carpenter, Joseph Carpenter, Joe Bledsoe, Robert Johnson, Bert and Larry Combs, Wanda Schaefer, Travis and Sue Basir, Dorothy Wire, Ed and Carol Cox, Joe Jinks. Please, on your prayer list today, remember the family of those grieving the recent loss of a loved one, including the family of Debra Newman, the family of Royce Harris, the family of Bill Johnson, the family of Heriberto Mendoza, the family of David Gallman, the family of Ernest Rom, the family of Candy Long, and the family of Betty Noble. Well, it's just about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear our latest Muletrain News program, along with all our archived older ones for the past decade, free of charge on demand on our website, muleshoetv.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page.
This is Tumbleweed Smith, the School of Rock. Details in a moment on the Sound of Texas.
The Sound of Texas is brought to you here on MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, with offices in Muleshoe at 610 East American Boulevard, as well as in Morton at 1744 State Highway 114. They're celebrating rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area through Bailey County Electric since 1939. They are owned by the members that they serve. Call 806-272-4504. Check them out online at BCECOOP.com. The board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO David Markle, all hope you enjoy this Sound of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
Right now there are somewhere around 65 or 70 locations, East Coast, West Coast, they're all over the country.
Dean Tarpley of Dallas owns the franchise to the School of Rock in the Metroplex.
I currently have 4 schools, opening a 5th, and then, ultimately look to have about 12 to 15 schools.
Kids learn to be rock musicians.
We teach guitar, bass, drums, vocals, keyboards. They can either take a 30-minute lesson or a 45-minute lesson in their instrument once a week. All of our teachers are working, touring musicians. Our whole thought process, if you're going to teach a kid how to be a rock star, it'd kind of be helpful if you'd been one yourself. After they take that 30 or 45-minute lesson, they get assigned to a show. We do rock-themed shows, so it could be best of punk rock, it could be a Led Zeppelin show, so there's some theme around it, and they get assigned, and then once a week, in addition to their lesson, they go to a 3-hour rehearsal. Every 4 months, it culminates into a live rock concert, usually attended by hundreds of people, and then the best kids in the school can try out for what we call our house band, and they become a touring group for the school. So we've played halftime at Dallas Mavericks games, Dallas Stars games. The kids have played in front of 80,000 people at festivals and parades.
The school caters to kids 7 to 18, but some people in their 50s or 60s who played instruments in the past enroll in the School of Rock. The movie by the same name is based on the story of Paul Green, who started the School of Rock.
What happened was that VH1 came into Paul Green's school in Philadelphia, his first school, and they were going to do a reality show. They filmed, and then they left after about 2 weeks, and he never heard back from them. And then about a year later, the movie called School of Rock comes out that had very coincidentally was very similar to his school in the concept of, young kids performing rock music together. And at first he was upset, but hey, he owned the name School of Rock, he owned the website School of Rock, and his popularity and the traffic just coming in through his website was unbelievable. So in a weird sort of way, it actually launched his company in a major way.
Dean Tarpley of Dallas says some students study lights and sound as well as music. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.